Ma'am?
Yes.
Are you able to call the anesthesiologist?
Someone is coming to take you to labor and delivery.
That's not what I asked.
My father lost his mother at 16 years old due to medical malpractice while she was pregnant with a set of twins. She walked into a hospital and never returned home to her children. When I saw the video of this white nurse ignoring the pain of this woman that is clearly in labor, in active labor, I was absolutely disgusted. Not only was that sister's information already in the system because she was due to be induced that day, but this nurse, who people have identified as LaCrista Vaughn, nonchalantly handled this woman during this emergency, to which she literally delivered her son 12 minutes after. And for those who say that this is not about race, it is always about race, especially when it comes to Black people and especially when it comes to Black women in the medical system. The maternal mortality for Black women is 10 times higher than any other demographic in the United States of America. There are still racial biases that assumes that Black people can handle a higher threshold of pain to where we are not tended to, nor giving the proper care or medication to mitigate that pain. This book by Harriet A. Washington called Medical Apartheid literally details the history of medical experimentation on Black Americans in the United States. And also talk about how a lot of gynecological practices and advancements were as a result of testing Black women's bodies without medication or anesthesia. For me, it is not enough that LaCrista Vaughn loses her job. But white folks, it is time for y'all to stand up and stand within the gaps, because Black folks have been yelling into the void. It is evident that our screams, our cries, our hurt goes unheard. Y'all have the opportunity to actually advocate and stand up against things that are blatantly wrong and racist. Do something.
I am actually already traumatized watching the video of those white nurse neglecting a Black woman that is about to give birth. This is something no one should ever experience. If you should know what childbirth is, you should never experience this. But let's keep watching the videos. As you're watching, don't forget to like the video, share this video, because a lot of people need to see this video. Share the video and subscribe.
Fuck!
When's your due date?
Right now!
Is your due date 11?
What?
How many times have you been pregnant?
3!
This is your third pregnancy?
Yes!
You have 2 babies
It's
at
in
home?
my ass!
You have 2 babies at home? Who's your doctor?
Lang is her doctor. Y'all treat all your patients like this, or just the Black ones?
Beverly, this is the first another patient for you. Alright, last name is Jones. She's G3P2. I'm not sure when her due date is.
Her due
I
date
just
is the
said it was
10th.
the 10th!
I think her due date is the 10th.
She got 3 pregnancies, 2 babies at home.
2 unfortunately to her mother for 2 minutes.
I bet y'all listen next time. When you found out you was delivering at this hospital,
Lang.
your ass should have changed doctors.
Thank you.
Everybody say how they.
I just watched something that absolutely disgusted me. As a former ER nurse and a current labor and delivery nurse, I usually try to seek the best intent of a nurse. Not today. Not today. Because barring you having a medical emergency yourself, where your legs, your arms, and your voice no longer work, there is zero excuse for the blatant neglect that I just watched. And as a reminder, Black women are 3 times as likely to die in and around childbirth than their white counterparts. Part of that is because they are not believed about their pain. How you can sit there on the computer and act like you don't notice that this woman is actively birthing beside you is crazy town to me. Unacceptable, inexcusable. And if you've got coworkers who you watch do something like that, you are just as culpable.
Apparently, that nurse from Dallas Regional Medical Hospital is a menace. I woke up to a bunch of people tagging me in a video from 2023 where they're saying this is the same exact nurse and she was involved in another situation where they treated a patient horribly. Y'all let me know if this is the same nurse or not.
Going back in the building, man. We got it.
I'm gonna wait right here with my boyfriend.
All right.
You can go ahead and turn your phone off too, please.
I can record. I'm in a public place.
Recording everything that you're doing. So.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Yeah, look at the treatment.
It looks just like her to me. That woman in that video, like, look at her face right here. That is a evil individual you are looking at. That woman looked like she does not give a shit. How is it that these people are being recorded handling patients so bad and so poorly, but yet they still have a job and they continue to do the same things and nobody does anything about it? As I mentioned in my last video, if you're going to get into the medical field, make sure it's something that's a passion. If not, you're going to end up being somebody like her.
Now, see, this is exactly the shit that makes me say bullying needs to make a comeback. Because clearly embarrassment is the only thing that makes people do their fucking job. Let me say this loud for the people in the back. Stop going into healthcare if you cannot show compassion for all people. If you haven't seen the video of the woman in active labor who sat in the waiting room for 30 minutes before even going into intake at the Dallas Regional Medical Center in Texas, which is extremely confusing because they offer labor and delivery at the hospital, and they say on their websites they pride themselves in compassion and comfortable care for mothers. But is the compassion in the fucking room with us? Now, if you've ever given birth and you know that pressure you feel in your ass, that's the body's final warning. And the lack of urgency in the fucking room was loud. Surely they should know that this could be extremely dangerous. Delaying care like that puts both the baby and the mother in extreme risk. Loss of oxygen, emergency delivery, hemorrhaging, fetal distress. This isn't a small mistake. This is a mistake that can cost a life. Pure negligence. And if this is how they treat women on camera, imagine the shit that they're doing when they're not getting caught.
I know you're all very shocked and surprised to see the clip of that black woman giving birth and literally no one giving a damn, but the black healthcare workers on this app are not surprised at all. I've seen a lot of takes of healthcare professionals saying this is so shocking, it's so awful to see. I don't know anyone in my practice who could do this, but the sad reality is that most doctors and healthcare workers have biases towards black and brown people. There was a study in 2016 that showed 60% of medical students believed that black people's skin was thicker than white people's, indicating they thought that we feel less pain. In 2016, that is crazy. Yes, these videos seem jarring and it's a really exaggerated version of what goes on, but the reality is that these small microaggressions happen every single day. I have seen them in the hospital and they affect patients on a daily basis. You can scream from the rooftops how terrible this video is. The point is, until we address the systemic biases and the microaggressions that occur in healthcare, things like this will continue to happen day in and day out, and black women will continue to die in childbirth at crazy rates.
As someone who's about to give birth, watching that video of the woman at the Dallas Regional Medical Hospital was absolutely traumatizing, to say the least, but honestly, it did teach me this one thing. It reminded me the importance of praying over the staff for those who will be on shift when I deliver. When I tell you I will be praying in advance from now that the Lord God will orchestrate the right people to be on schedule, from the receptionist to the clerk to the day shift nurse, the night shift nurse, everybody. Because no pregnant woman in her most vulnerable stage should have to go through something like that. The woman literally didn't even look her way. There was no empathy, no care at all. That was just pure disgusting. That was racism. And I really hope that the hospital took extreme measures and let her go. And even took her license. Because honestly, if you conduct yourself like that, you do not need to be a nurse. Sorry, someone was at the door. But honestly, yeah, if that's how you conduct yourself as a nurse, you do not deserve the title as a nurse. So again, if you're a pregnant or expecting mama, or you know someone who's pregnant and expecting, make sure that you say a prayer for them and remind them to say a prayer to the Most High God to put the right people in their path when they give birth.
You could literally see the hate, H-A-T-E, on the face of the white lady. This lady is a black lady and she is at the point of giving. This is the most wicked thing to do to your fellow woman. You know, is it because she's a black lady? because she's a black lady, you decided to treat her this way. And I also heard this is not her first time of doing the same thing. She has also been doing this before. 2020, I think 2023, they said she did something like this to a fellow black lady, and now 2025 she's doing the same thing again. Guys, share this video, let the right authorities see this video, and probably if she cannot work as a health practitioner, let her resign. Let her resign, yes.